Hi, before we start, let me introduce my co-members. My name is Jesse Judah. On the second picture is Felicia Aguilina. Third is Intan Salika, then Amelia Living Thomas, and lastly Corbin So. This is our product, which is ice blended and pepper.
YT Mart is a convenience store located at RN 11 Pusat Pelajar Kenyalang, University Teknologi Mara, Kampus Marahan 2, under RHJ Enterprise. And the owner of this convenience store is Ramli Junaidi, and the manager is Ranina Sakina. Also, the tagline for this business is bringing convenience to you. And according to NACS, a convenience store is a type of retail establishment that offer the general public a quick and easy way to buy a wide range of consumable goods and service, most commonly food and gasoline. And also, YT Mart is a popular convenience store among UITM students, and it's the only one in campus too, which has become an attraction. And the most popular menu items are waffle and ice blended, which are also cheap and affordable, especially for the students.
Direct material for making waffle. Firstly, we need flour. To make 50 pieces of waffle, we need 3 kg of flour. That costs 10 ringgit 5 cents. Next, 8 pieces egg. 1 pieces egg costs 1 ringgit, so 8 pieces will be 8 ringgit. And baking powder. The Mart only use 3 gram of baking powder that costs 2 ringgit 20 cents. For a flavor, the Mart have 2 famous flavor, which is chocolate and blueberry. For 50 pieces of waffle, they just use 500 gram of flavor that costs 4 ringgit 50 cents. And lastly, pepper bag costs 1 ringgit 75 cents. So, to calculate all the direct material per day, we need to plus all of this. 10 ringgit 5 cents plus 8 ringgit plus 2 ringgit 20 cents plus 4 ringgit 50 cents plus 1 ringgit 75 cents, we will get 27 ringgit. To calculate all the direct material per month, how we do it? 27 ringgit times 31 days, then we will get 837 ringgit.
YT Mart has hired 7 workers, and they're divided into 2, which is 4 workers in charge in waffle and 3 workers in charge in ice blended. So for the waffles, for indirect labor has 2 workers, which is firstly waffle maker and waffle preparator. So the basic hour is 4 ringgit and 79 per hour, and the time taken for both worker was 8 hours per day, and it for 1 month, so equal to 31 days. So to calculate it, we will take 4 ringgit and 79 times 8 hours times 31 days, equal to 1,187 and 92 cents. Next, we got waffle preparator. Same in 31 days. And the total will also be the same. In the indirect labor, they got also 2 workers will be in charge in cleaning and also will be the cashier. So in charge of cleaning, he or she will take 5 hours per day. So 4 ringgit and 79 times with 5 hours, 31 days, and also the total will be 742 and 45 cents. Meanwhile, the cashier has taken 8 hours, so 4 ringgit and 79 times with 8 hours times with 31 days, and we get the total. The total will be 1,187.92. This is for waffle.
Now, I will explain to you on how we get the direct and indirect material cost from making an ice blended. Firstly, we got 2 direct material for making an ice blended, which is flavoring powder and ice cube. The cost for 1 box of flavoring powder is 4 ringgit and 50 cents. 1 box consists of 5 small packets. Our objective is to make 35 cups of ice blended. So, 35, we divide by 5, and we will get 5. We need 5 box of flavoring powder. Now, because one box costs 4 ringgit and 50 cents, so 5 multiplied by 4 ringgit and 50 cents, and then we will get 22 ringgit and 50 cents for making 35 cups of ice blended. Next, we will move on to ice cube. 1 kilogram of ice cube costs about 1 ringgit and 50 cents. For 1 kilogram of ice cube, we can make 3 cups of ice blended. How many kilogram of ice cube do we need to make 35 cups of ice blended? So, 35 divided by 3, and we will get 11 kilogram of ice cube. And now we will double check. 11 kilogram of ice cube multiplied by 3, and we will get 33 cup, which means we are less 2 cup of ice blended. That's mean for making a 35 cups of ice blended, we roughly need 12 kilogram of ice cube. 1 kilogram of ice cube costs about 1 ringgit and 50 cents. So we will multiply this by 1 ringgit and 50 cents, and we will get 18 ringgit. Let's move on to indirect material. Cup and lid cost about 29 ringgit and 50 cents for 100 pieces. That's mean 29 ringgit and 50 cents divided by 100. We will get 30 cents per cup and lid. 30 cents multiplied by 35, and we will get 10 ringgit and 50 cents for 35 cups of ice blended. And it is the same thing for straw. 5 ringgit and 90 cents divided by 100, we will get 10 cents per straw. So 10 cents multiplied by 35, and we will get RM 3 ringgit and 50 cents. To find the total cost for ice blended for 1 month, first the direct material 22 ringgit and 50 cents plus 18 ringgit, it is equal to 40 ringgit and 50 cents. This is per day. To find per month, we have to multiply it by 31 days. So 40 ringgit and 50 cents multiplied by 31, we will get 1,255 ringgit and 50 cents. This is for the direct material. As for the indirect material, 10 ringgit 50 cents plus by 3 ringgit and 50 cents, so we will get 14 ringgit multiplied by 31. So 14 ringgit multiplied by 31 equal to 434 ringgit.
Meanwhile, for the ice blend, for the direct labor, there's only gonna be only one workers who involved in making the ice blend. So to calculate, the basic hour 4 ringgit and 79 per hour, and the time taken by the ice blended maker was 8 hours, and it's for 1 month, so 31 days. So 4 ringgit and 79 times with 8 hours times with 31 days, and the total will be 1,187.92 cents. Meanwhile, for the indirect labor, we got 2 workers, which is the person who in charge of cleaning will took 5 hours per day, meanwhile the other takers will took 8 hours per day. So to calculate it, 4 ringgit and 79 time with 5 hours, and also time with 1 month equal to 31 days, and the total will be 742.45 cents. Meanwhile, the order taker 4 ringgit and 79 times with 8 hours time with 31 days, since he took 8 hours, so the total will be 1,187.92 cents.
This slide, I will show about the job cost card of wafer for December 2023. In 1 month, there is 1,550 units wafer produced. As before, we already count the direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, indirect material, indirect labor, and direct expenses for the wafer and ice blender. The direct cost of wafer, direct material amount is 906 ringgit 75 cents. Direct labor, there are two workers, which is wafer makers and wafer preparator. Each of them has the same amount, which is 1,187.92 cents. Direct expenses is for the utilities, and the amount of it is 550 ringgits. To find out the prime cost, we need to add all of this, and the amount is 3,832 ringgit 59 cents. For the manufacturings, the amount of indirect material is 54 ringgit 25 cents. Indirect labor, there are two workers, which is in charge of cleaning and cashier. For the in charge of cleaning, the amount is 742 ringgit 45 cents, and the cashier is 1,187 ringgit 92 cents. Indirect material is rental. The amount of it is 350 ringgits. So all of this total is 2,334 ringgit 62 cents. To add up this total, we need to add this total and this total. So the amount of it is 6,167 ringgit 21 cents. Manufacturing cost overhead, there are two non-manufacturing, which is sellings and administrations. For the sellings, 20% of prime cost, the total of the amount is 766 ringgit 51 cents. And for the administrations, 30% of productions cost, this is the production cost, the amount of it is 739 cents. So the total for both of these, this is 1,466.90 cents. The total non-manufacturing and total cost, we need to add this total, and this total. So the amount of it is 7,634 ringgit 11 cents. The cost per unit, we need to divide the total of non-manufacturing with 1,550 units of the wafer. So the amount is 4 ringgit 92 cents. Find out the profit, we use the markups methods. So the profit amount is 89 cents. Lastly, the selling price. For the selling price, the total cost per unit, this cost, we divide with 100 and multiply with 120. So the amount of it is 5 ringgit 90 cents per unit.
This is the job cost card for ice blended chocolate in December 2023. In a month, there is 1,085 units of ice blended chocolate is produced. Direct cost consists of direct material with the amount of 1,689 and 50 cent ringgit. Direct labor consists of ice blended maker for the amount of 1,187 and 92 cents ringgit, and the direct expenses for utilities is Rm 550 ringgit. To find the prime cost, we must total up all of this, and the total of prime cost is 3,427 and 42 cents ringgit. Next is the manufacturing overhead. The indirect material is 434 ringgit. The indirect labor consists of two workers. First is in charge of cleaning with the amount of 742 and 45 cents ringgit. The second worker is the order taker for the amount of 1,187 and 92 cents ringgit. The indirect expenses for rental is Rm 350 ringgit, and the total all of this is Rm 2,714 and 37 cents. To calculate the total manufacturing cost, we must add the prime cost and the total of the manufacturing overhead, which is equal to 6,141 and 79 cents ringgit. For manufacturing overhead, it consists of selling and administration. For the selling, it is 20% of the prime cost, and the total is 685 and 48 cents ringgit. For administration, it is 30% of production cost, and the amount is 814 and 31 ringgit. The total for non-factoring overhead is 1,499 and 79 cents. To calculate the non-manufacturing overhead, we will add the total manufacturing cost to the total of the non-factoring overhead, which is equal to 7,641 and 58 cents. Hence, the total cost for ice blended chocolate is 7,641 and 58 cents ringgit. To find the total cost per unit, we will divide the total cost with 1,085 units, and the cost per unit is Rm 7 ringgit and 4 cents. For the profit, we use markup method, and the amount is 1 ringgit and 40 cents. The selling price of 120% is Rm 8 ringgit 44 per unit.
Question 1. What is cost statement? Cost statement is financial report that lists all of the costs that a company or an individual has incurred over a given time period. Operating costs, fixed costs, variable costs, and other expenditure are some of the categories that are usually included. To assist in the efficient analysis and management of financial resources, the statement offers a thorough breakdown of these expenses.
Question 2. Why do you think preparing the cost statement would benefit the business entity? The cost statement could benefit the mart by helping the manager to allocate costs by products and per unit production and hour of labor. It also helps to identify areas where costs can be controlled and reduced.
Question 3. What are the three main cost components of the two selected products or services in the chosen business? For our group, we choose YT Mart as our chosen business. And the two products that we selected is waffle and ice blended. The three main cost components for waffle is flour, baking powder and eggs. The cost of flour is 10 ringgit and 5 cents. The cost for baking powder is 2 ringgit and 20 cents. Meanwhile, the cost for the eggs is 8 ringgit. As for the second product, which is ice blended, this product consists of two main cost components, not three. So the first one is flavoring powder. The cost for the flavoring powder is 22 ringgit and 50 cents. Meanwhile, the cost for the ice cube is 18 ringgit. So the total cost for these two selected products is 60 ringgit and 75 cents.
Questions 4. What is the current practice of the entity in determining the price of the product selected? For us, the current practice of the entity in determining the price of product selected is by adjusting the amount of pricing in considering the time value of money. So this happens when the timing of the customer payment is under the contracts that offer a significant financing benefit to the customer or entity for the goods or service. The entity will monitor the price by seeing which price is appropriate for the customer to satisfy their demand, but also benefiting the entry.
Question 5. What will you recommend to the business entity to ensure improved cost management that will benefit the entity cash flow and profitability? So in order to answer this question, I would recommend this business to ensure improvement in cost management that will benefit the entity cash flow and profit. First is to offer discount. Offering a client discount from timely bill payments benefit both businesses and the client, as early payment enhance cash flow. Secondly, improve employee training and productivity. YT Mart has a total of 7 workers involved in the production, which will affect the selling price and the total cost. For more effective ways, I think this business should consider reducing the needs for overtimes or additional hires. And in addition, We can also give workers multitask to manage different responsibilities. In conclusion, YT Mart has set the price at the lowest possible price so that it doesn't exceed the student's budget. The reason we choose the markup method is to calculate the profit is because the final price is more affordable to the students even though it doesn't give much profit to the business. As the YT Mart taglines goes, giving convenience to you means satisfactions in buying their product at the lowest price.